You know that split second of panic when something brushes against your leg in deep water. That flash of terror before you realize it's just seaweed. Now, imagine that moment was real. Imagine that what touched you wasn't seaweed at all, but the tip of a jaw longer than a bus, a neck that could coil around you like a whip, or a spiral of teeth that could turn bone to dust. There was a time in Earth's history when that fear was justified. When the oceans weren't just deep, they were alive, restless, and filled with monsters. A time when the land was dangerous, but the water was far worse. This is the story of the prehistoric ocean killers, the ancient apex predators that ruled long before humans ever dreamed of the word shark. And trust me, when you see what was hiding in those black waters, you'll understand why even Jaws would have been nothing more than breakfast. Plesiosaurus, the silent hunter. At first glance, the Plesiosaurus looks almost ridiculous. A dinosaur with the body of a turtle and a neck that seems to go on forever. But there's a reason this creature survived for millions of years. That long, flexible neck wasn't a weakness. It was a weapon of precision. Unlike most predators that announce their presence with waves and turbulence, the Plesiosaurus moved like a ghost. Its body remained still, hidden in the shadows below, while its neck, nearly half its entire body length, glided silently through the water. It didn't chase, it waited, and when its prey drifted too close, the Plesiosaurus struck with terrifying speed, jaws snapping shut in complete silence. Now imagine that. You're swimming in prehistoric waters, the surface calm and still. You see nothing, no movement, no ripples, and then suddenly, something snatches you from below. You never saw it coming. You never even heard it. That's the power of the Plesiosaurus, a killer designed by nature to be invisible. Helicoprion, the buzzsaw shark. If the Plesiosaurus was nature's stealth assassin, the Helicoprion was nature's power tool. Discovered over a century ago, paleontologists at first thought they'd found the remains of a fossilized machine, a perfect spiral of serrated blades. But this wasn't metal. It was bone. It was teeth. The Helicoprion's jaw didn't just close, it rolled. Each time it bit, that spiral of teeth rotated like a saw, slicing through anything unlucky enough to be near it. At over 25 feet long, this ancient shark could slice through prey, or even bone, in seconds. Its bite wasn't just to kill. It was to shred. The ocean in those days wasn't just full of predators. It was full of experiments, and Helicoprion was one of evolution's most brutal designs. You didn't want to bleed in that ocean, because if you did, the buzzsaw came for you next. Dunkleosteus, the giant scorpion. Now imagine something even more unnerving, a creature straight out of a nightmare. Dunkleosteus, the sea scorpion. At 8 feet long, this was the largest arthropod to ever exist. It wasn't sleek like a shark. It wasn't elegant like a dolphin. It was pure muscle and armor, with claws longer than your arm. Those claws could crush bone, pierce shells, and drag victims into its maw. And the worst part? It was fast. Despite its monstrous size, Dunkleosteus could propel itself through water with terrifying grace, like a submarine built for murder. Some scientists even believe they hunted in packs. Imagine 8-foot scorpions swarming you beneath the surface, a synchronized storm of claws and armor. If there was ever a reason to stay on land, this was it. Dunkleosteus, the armored butcher. When the fossilized skull of Dunkleosteus was first discovered, scientists didn't believe it could be real. A fish covered entirely in armor, with self-sharpening bone blades instead of teeth. It didn't chew, it snapped. And each snap was powered by over 8,000 pounds of bite force per square inch. This monster could bite through bone, metal, or anything else it decided was edible. And the worst part? Dunkleosteus was a cannibal. It didn't just kill to eat, it killed to dominate. Other Dunkleosteus were found with deep gouge marks in their plates, wounds only one of their own kind could make. It was the definition of apex, a predator that feared nothing, not even itself. Spinosaurus, the river tyrant. When most people think of dinosaurs, they picture the mighty T-Rex. But the Spinosaurus made the T-Rex look like a tourist. 50 feet long, weighing nearly 20 tons, and equipped with a sail-like spine towering above its body. The Spinosaurus wasn't just a dinosaur. It was a living war machine. Unlike the landlocked predators of its time, Spinosaurus ruled the water. Its dense bones acted like ballast, letting it swim effortlessly through rivers and coastal seas. Its long snout, lined with pressure sensors, could detect even the faintest vibrations. The heartbeat of prey hidden beneath murky depths. It was part crocodile, part raptor, and all nightmare. Scientists believe it could dive, pivot underwater, and ambush prey from below, the same way crocodiles strike from the surface today. Only this crocodile was the size of a bus, with claws sharper than knives. Dinosaurus, the dinosaur killer. You've heard of "see you later, alligator"? Well, Dinosaurus made sure it was goodbye forever. At 35 feet long, this was the largest crocodilian to ever exist. It had a bite force stronger than a T-Rex, over 100,000 newtons of raw crushing power. Fossilized dinosaur bones have been found with perfect half-moon dents, the unmistakable marks of Dinosaurus teeth. It didn't just ambush prey, it erased them. Imagine walking by a prehistoric riverbank. The surface is calm, still, almost peaceful. And then, an explosion of movement. A 35-foot reptile surges upward, jaws snapping shut around you, before you even realize you've moved. That was Dinosaurus, the crocodile that turned the word river into a death sentence. Elasmosaurus, the sniper of the deep. If the Plesiosaurus was stealth, the Elasmosaurus was surgical precision. With a neck nearly 25 feet long, half its body, it was nature's underwater sniper. Its long neck allowed it to stay hidden, while its head snaked silently toward prey from any direction. Scientists believe Elasmosaurus hunted in pods, coordinated killers working together beneath the waves. Imagine swimming in prehistoric seas and feeling movement around you. But no matter where you turn, nothing's there. That's because it already was. Livyatan, the whale that ate whales. Fast forward millions of years, the dinosaurs are, but the ocean's terror isn't. Meet Livyatan melvillei, named after the biblical Leviathan, and for good reason. This whale wasn't gentle, it wasn't curious. It was a predator designed to eat other whales. 60 feet long, armed with foot-long teeth, the largest of any known animal, and guided by advanced sonar, Livyatan hunted in the darkest depths with chilling precision. Its jaws could crush bone. Its bite could splinter rib cages, and its appetite? Endless. It's believed Livyatan may have clashed with another apex predator of its time, the Megalodon, in what can only be described as the ocean's version of Armageddon. Mosasaurus, the sea dragon. Now we reach the creature that looks like a myth come to life, Mosasaurus. A 56-foot-long sea lizard with double-hinged jaws, serrated teeth, and a shark-like tail powerful enough to launch it clear out of the water. Mosasaurus was fast, agile, and terrifyingly intelligent. It could strike from below, break the surface in an explosion of foam and scales, and drag prey into the depths before anyone could react. Its teeth were curved like hooks, perfect for gripping slippery prey, and with binocular vision, it could judge distances perfectly, making escape impossible. If you've ever seen the moment in Jurassic World when the Mosasaurus devours the Indominus Rex, that wasn't exaggeration. That was realism. And finally, the name that still sends chills down the spine of even the bravest divers. Megalodon. The shark that ruled the post-dinosaur oceans. 60 feet long, teeth the size of dinner plates. A bite so powerful, it could crush a small car in a single snap. But what made Megalodon truly terrifying wasn't just its size, it was its silence. It hunted with precision, speed, and calculation. It didn't attack from frenzy. It attacked from dominance. At 45 miles per hour, it could overtake a speedboat. At 40,000 pounds of bite pressure, it could slice through whalebone like butter. And when it struck, the ocean went still. Livyatan, the whale killer, may have been its only rival, but in the end, the Megalodon became the ocean's undisputed king. These were not just animals. They were experiments in terror, proof that evolution has no mercy, and the ocean has no limits. Every time you step into the sea, remember, you're entering the oldest hunting ground on Earth, a world shaped by monsters that still echo in the DNA of every shark, whale, and crocodile today. You might think you'd survive, but down there, beneath the dark blue, you wouldn't even make it past the first ripple.